All right, guys, we are going to continue with this. And when we do this, remember, we are lining up those decimals. We've got to line up the decimals. I'm not worried about the digits, how many I have. I want to make sure those decimals are lined up. So I'm going to start on letter E. I've got 62 and 573 thousandths. I'm going to add 4 and, remember, I've got those decimals lined up, 328 thousandths. So now I can go ahead and add. God, they really like this 8 and these 3s, my goodness. 3 plus 8 is 11. We're going to regroup the 1. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So I'm going to write my 0 here, and I'm going to regroup my 1. 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. Okay, before I go to add my ones column, I'm going to put my decimal down because I'm just bringing it straight down. 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay, and then 6 plus basically 0. Remember, I don't need to write that 0 is going to be 6. So this answer is 66 and 901 thousandths. Okay, I'm going to move over to letter F, and I have 85 and 703 thousandths. I'm going to add 12 and 197 thousandths. Okay. So now I can add 3 plus 7. Ooh, they didn't do 3 plus 8 this time. So 3 plus 7 is 10. I'm going to regroup my 1. 9 plus 0 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So I'm going to add my 0 again, and I'm going to regroup my 1. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. I'm going to just bring this decimal right on down. 5 plus 2 is 7. 8 plus 1 is 9. My answer is 97 and 9 thousandths. Now, I could actually write it as this because that is equal. Okay. We're going to go ahead and move on to number 3. It says Van Cortlandt Park walking trail is 1 2/10 kilometers longer than Marine Park. So if it's longer, I'm going to add this. Okay, so I'm going to add I'm going to add the 1 2/10, or 1 200, sorry. Central Park's walking trail is 242 thousandths kilometer longer than Van Court. So we're going to fill in the missing chart below. So Marine Park, I'm going to kind of work a little bit backwards. So if I know that Marine Park, and I'm just going to write this right over here so you guys can see this. Marine Park is 1 28 hundredths of a kilometers. And I know that Van Court is going to be 1 2/100ths longer. So I'm going to add these up to figure out what Van Court Park's kilometers is. So 8 plus 2 is 10. I'm going to regroup my 1. 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 1 is 3. I'm going to bring down my decimals. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. So I know that Van Court is 2 30 hundredths of a kilometer. Okay. If I go back up here, it says Central Park's walking trail is 242 thousandths longer. So I'm going to take this 2 30 hundredths, and I want to add that 242 thousandths. Okay. This is where I'm going to add that 0 just so it kind of helps me to see it. And actually, when you add the 0, it's going to really help you guys when we get to subtraction tomorrow. So I've got 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 4 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. I've got my decimal, bringing it down. Then 2 plus 0 is 2. So Central Park's walking trail is 2 542 thousandths. Okay. Now, part B, it says, what if a tourist would walk all 3 of these parks in one day? How far would he or she have gone? So we're going to add all 3 of those up. What you could do, well, no, we're going to go ahead and just add all 3 of them together. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 542 thousandths. I'm going to put 1 28 hundredths. And remember, I want to line up that decimal. The numbers are not going to, it's not necessarily the numbers I want to line up. It is that decimal that's really important. I'm going to add those together. Now, I'm going to add those zeros because it just kind of helps me to not get confused. So I've got 2 plus 0 is 2. I've got 4 plus 8 plus 0 is going to give me 12. So I'm going to put my 2. I'm going to regroup my 1. 5 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, so I've got 5 plus 2 is 7. Plus 3 more is 10. Plus that 1 that I regrouped is 11. I'm going to put my decimal before I regroup anything there. So now I've got 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2. So I can say 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus 2 more is 5. Plus 1 more is 6. So if a tourist walked all 3 of them, they would walk 6 122 thousandths of a kilometer in a day. Okay. We are going to, because that was a lot of math already right there, we are going to go ahead and stop. That we're not going to worry about number 4. So you need to go on to the next slide, and it's going to tell you what problem you are going to work on.